Hello and welcome back to the second part of this series about writing an assignment. In this part, we are going to start talking about the process of writing an assignment. There are 6 steps. Create your own library for the assignment. Find the relevant sections in your sources. Create categories. Read and take notes. Create a mind map for your assignment. And finally, write up your assignment. These steps were actually inspired by or adopted from a blog post by Dr. Goles Boza, who is an academic, but she also has a blog about writing a PhD. And originally she was writing about writing a literature review for your PhD in 6 steps. But when I read her blog, I found it very useful and inspiring, and I decided to adopt those steps to writing an assignment. Also, you will have limited time to write an assignment, so I put the whole process into a 4-week time frame for you. Now let's take a look at the first step, that is creating your own library for the assignment. We have a really good library on campus, and of course I want you to go there and borrow books and find journal articles. Basically, in this step you are just identifying sources that may contain information that are relevant to you. So all you need to do is, read the titles, read the headings or subheadings, read the abstract in case of a journal article, and try to answer the question, is this somehow relevant to my topic? And if the answer is yes, then you can just decide that, all right, this is a relevant source. With the books, you may not be able to borrow all the books because we may have limited copies, or even if you borrow one, they might be called back early because other students will want to read it. So I recommend scanning the relevant parts from the books. With the journal articles, you can find the journal articles through the library's webpage, Summon, and you can just save them in a PDF document. When you save the journal articles, or when you save the scanned documents, I think it's very important what kind of names you give to your files, because if you don't give helpful names, then you may end up actually having to open up 10, 15 different documents before you find what you're looking for. So what I recommend, what I do actually, is I always include the name of the author. If there are several authors, I just use the first one, the main author, the year, and the short title that actually tells me what's in that particular document. So for example, in 2014, Comprehend Output. From this file name, I know who wrote it, when, and I also know that this particular document is about comprehensible output in language teaching. Trust me, it saves you a lot of time if you do this. This step can be done in about 2 days. You go one day to a library, you spend a couple of, or maybe a few hours there, and then you do the same the next day. And you should be able to identify approximately 40, 45, maybe 50 sources. And before you get a heart attack, you're not going to be using 50 sources for a 3,000 word essay, and you're not going to be reading all 50 sources, but it definitely can happen that you, at first sight, you identify something as a source that it can be useful, and then later on it turns out that it's not really useful. So this is why I say that you probably will identify 40, 45, 50 sources. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. This is the end of part 2, and I hope you come back for part 3. Bye.